New today, Starbucks workers in downtown Madison have filed a petition moving one step closer to unionizing. Plus, hundreds of Southwest airline flights were grounded this morning, and more delays could happen throughout the day. You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. We're learning new information about a shooting and police chase that happened in East Madison this morning. Around 5 a.m., dispatchers received a report about a person in a car shooting at another car. Madison police tried to stop the vehicle, but the driver sped away. A Monona Police Department canine officer later found the suspect vehicle near Milwaukee Street and Meadowlark Drive. After a chase, officers used tire deflation devices to stop the vehicle. 5 people ran out of the car, but 4 of them were caught, taken into custody. 1 person remains at large. MMSD's Board of Education has named Lisa Quistad as the interim superintendent following a closed-door meeting last night. The board voted unanimously to have Quistad lead the district while officials search for a permanent replacement. Quistad will step in for Carlton Jenkins once he leaves in July.
I'll be focusing on hiring the best teachers for our classroom and the best principals for our schools. There is nothing more important than having high-quality teachers and great leaders in every single one.
Quistad retired from the Madison School District in 2020 after 19 years with the district, including 9 years as its assistant superintendent for teaching and learning. The board approved her contract beginning June 12th and running through June 30th, 2024. New at noon, Starbucks workers in downtown Madison are moving forward with efforts to unionize. Hourly and part-time workers at the State Street location filed for an election to unionize with Starbucks Workers United. The workers have raised complaints of cut hours, inadequate staffing, disregard of safety, and refusal to bargain in good faith. The announcement comes almost 1 year after workers at the East Main Street location won their unionization bid. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart has a look at your certified, most accurate forecast. Nice to see the sun out there.
Sun is plentiful. An exception is the temperatures right now. We're still fairly cold for this time of year. We should be more in the 50s, but right now we're struggling in the 40s. But definitely with the sunshine and the lighter winds, it's feeling a lot more comfortable than yesterday. Right now, those winds just about 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the north-northeast. So still kind of chilly, a little bit higher as you get closer to the Lake Michigan, but overall a better day. Visible satellite definitely shows you where the snow is still on the ground up to the north, bright white as you go north of La Crosse to Eau Claire to Marshville. Quite a bit of snow still up there, over a foot still on the ground, so it'll take a little bit more time to melt this. Unfortunately, we will get some rain out of it. Temperature-wise, across the Midwest, we're stuck in the 40s down to the south or into the 70s and 80s. We won't see that, but we will see some mild temperatures as it gets pulled north because we do have a warm front that's going to be lifting northward here later tonight and tomorrow. Of course, it's tax day, so here's your forecast for this afternoon or this evening. We're just going to be struggling in the low 50s, plenty of sunshine, lighter winds, and then falling back down into the low 50s at 10 o'clock tonight. What we got ahead, we do have wet weather returning tomorrow, and of course, this week is all severe weather preparedness week for the entire state of Wisconsin and Minnesota, and we'll talk about the statewide drill that'll be coming up later this week, a bit later in the broadcast.
But no severe weather today.
No severe weather today, just plenty of sun.
All right, thanks, Greg. A piece of political history is at the center of a controversy in Ripon, Wisconsin. The former school, known as the birthplace of the Republican Party, may be losing its historic landmark status due to an address change. Yesterday, the schoolhouse was moved after Ripon's Chamber of Commerce sold its land to the Boys and Girls Club. It's still the birthplace of the Republican Party, but according to a letter from the State Historic Preservation Office, the new move isn't appropriate and wipes the schoolhouse from the National Register and National Historic Landmarks.
We want to help rest assured to everyone that the Ripon Chamber of Commerce is deeply committed to the preservation, the protection, and the promotion of this really important national treasure.
According to Chamber Executive Director Mandy Kims, they received approval by the state to move the schoolhouse and expected the National Register to approve. While the Chamber awaits their appeal to the National Registry, they'll continue to work on plans to turn the new location into a museum. The Federal Aviation Administration has lifted a ground stop for Southwest Airlines. The agency had paused departing flights at the airline's request earlier in the day over what it called equipment issues. A spokesperson also apologized for the delays. As a result, there could be other residual flight delays throughout the day. The mother of a black teen who was shot twice after mistakenly going to the wrong house in Kansas City, Missouri last week is now speaking out. Christian Benavides tells us as Ralph Yarl recovers at home, the 84-year-old man accused of shooting him is facing felony charges.
Ralph is doing considerably well. Physically, mornings are hard, but his spirits are in a good place.
Cleo Nagby tells CBS Mornings her son, Ralph Yarl, is continuing to receive medical care at home after being shot last week above the eye and in the arm. His family says it happened Thursday night in Kansas City, Missouri, after the high school junior went to the wrong house to pick up his younger siblings.
So it was about 9:45. I'm like, Ralph, can you please pick up your brothers for me? Being the kid he said, okay.
Yarl went to Northeast 115th Street instead of Northeast 115th Terrace, a block away. The man accused of shooting him, 84-year-old Andrew Lester, is facing 2 felony charges, armed criminal action and first-degree assault.
I can tell you there was a racial component to the case.
According to the probable cause statement, Lester told police he thought someone was breaking into his house.
Just being black has been seen as a threat often in this country.
Yarl is an honor student and an all-state band member.
No teenager is a perfect teenager, but I'll tell you what Ralph and I will argue about. Ralph and I will argue about, Ralph, can you put the sheet music down and do your English homework? Mom, I don't want to do my English homework because it's boring. That's what we argue about.
His mother says Yale has asked him to apply to their school twice. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
The family and its attorneys are meeting today with prosecutors to find out why Lester wasn't charged with attempted murder. The shooting has sparked protests, and the house where the incident happened has been vandalized. The high-stakes defamation trial between Dominion Voting Systems and Fox News has begun. Attorneys for Dominion argued during and after the 2020 election, Fox spread lies about Dominion voting machines, and that damaged the company. High-ranking Fox executives and TV hosts are expected to testify in the trial. Fox has defended its actions, citing First Amendment protections and saying Dominion is seeking a financial windfall. Dominion is suing Fox for $1.6 billion. The trial expected to last at least 6 weeks. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Today's the last day to file your taxes, and the McDonald's hamburger is back. Those stories next in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Mad City, a division of Renewity, the local service you deserve, now backed by unmatched national strength. We are Wisconsin's #1 remodeler. How would you like a garage floor so beautiful and so easy to clean you would have to see it to believe it? Well, now you can. Let Renewity Advanced Floor Coatings from Mad City Home Improvement take your old stained garage floor from this to this in as little as 1 day. Plus, with our price lock guarantee, receive a free estimate now and we'll lock your price in and guarantee it for 1 year. And now during our Spring Into Savings event, receive $750 off a Renewity Advanced Floor Coating System. Payments as low as $59 a month and receive a free wall organizer with floor coating purchase. And if you call now, a $50 Amazon gift card with estimate. Throughout Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 608-888-8537. That's 608-888-8537.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new mattress from Steinhafels. Tempur-Pedics are designed to make aches and pains a thing of the past by relieving pressure points and supporting the body as no other mattress can. Right now, you can get a Queen Tempur-Pedic mattress with an adjustable base for just $58 per month when you use Steinhafels' special 72-month financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Relax, it's Steinhafels.
There are so many things we take for granted. So many things. And along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for their survival for granted too. The elderly, disabled, the veterans, People on limited and fixed incomes, or folks that lost jobs in sectors hardest hit during the pandemic. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? Some people just can't come back. And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind, struggling to keep their heat, water, and power on. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our heat, water, and power providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
This month, all CoreTech water-resistant flooring is on sale at Surgenian's. We offer the largest CoreTech selection in Madison. Take advantage of unprecedented sale pricing with 12-month financing. Local, sustainable Surgenian's.
Today is tax day, the deadline to file taxes with the IRS. Those who need more time can request an extension, and that would last until October 16th. So far, more than 200 million people have filed their taxes this year, according to the latest data on the IRS website. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says the House will pass a bill to raise the nation's debt ceiling for 1 year, but on the condition of drastic federal spending cuts. McCarthy made the announcement during a speech on Wall Street yesterday, which also coincided with his 100th day as Speaker of the House. The White House said McCarthy's speech is not a plan and again called for the nation's spending limit to be raised promptly with no conditions. And after spending years in hiding, the Hamburglar is back. The McDonald's mascot has returned to help promote updates to its classic burgers, which include softer buns, meltier cheese, and more Big Mac sauce. Those updates have already been rolled out to select stores on the West Coast and are slated to be available nationwide by early next year. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial is down 23 points. The NASDAQ off 12, but the S&P 500 is managing a fractional gain. Next at noon, Pam has today's egg prices. Greg will be back with a full forecast. And today on Live at 4, Consumer Reports introduces us to a newer option when it comes to cooking, induction cooking.
Transform your garage into a beautiful extension of your home with Renewity Advanced Floor Coatings from Mad City Home Improvement. Our cutting-edge floor coating process provides a stunning showroom quality appearance. Renewity Advanced Floor Coatings resist cracks, stains, oil, moisture, and chemical damage.
They can't get over the garage. It's no other word for it. It's always a wow factor. There's no other word for it.
Remember, with our price lock guarantee, we'll lock your price in for 1 year. And now during our Spring into Savings event, receive $750 off a Renewity Advanced Floor Coating System with payments as low as $59 a month and receive a free wall organizer with floor coating purchase. Plus, if you call in now, a $50 Amazon gift card with estimate. Throughout Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 608-888-8537. That's 608-888-8537.
Are record high energy and water costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive. While you may not ask for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm, Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to be without heat, water, or power. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.heat.help.
The Chandler Halderson case isn't over yet.
Tomorrow, a local attorney tells us why the man serving life in prison for his parents' murders is back in court. And we got several rounds of thunderstorm chances. We'll be tracking them tomorrow morning between 4:30 and 7.
Lockdown drills have created so much trauma for students that we will likely carry with us for the rest of our lives. I'm always thinking to myself, am I next? Is it me this time?
These drills are traumatizing because we have to do them.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yackey from the Midwest Farm Report on this sunny Tuesday.
Yeah, it is good to see that sunshine. That is for sure. I'll tell you what, farmers tried to capitalize on all that warm, dry weather that we got last week. Now, some of their work is buried under snow in central Wisconsin, but we did get some corn in the ground, believe it or not. According to the Wisconsin Ag Statistical Service, as of Sunday, we had 1% of our corn in the ground. Now, believe it or not, that is actually ahead by about 1% compared to a year ago. Actually, I should say 12 days ahead of a year ago. 6% of our oats are in the ground, and that's 4 days ahead of last year. And about 8% of our potatoes are already in the ground, and that's also about 5 days ahead of last year. So some folks really did get moving when the weather allowed. Now, one other interesting point, we talk about the heavy snow. I'm just amazed at some of the numbers that I've been getting about snow totals up in Mindoro, 20 inches of snow, the Stoddard area, 18 inches of snow. That's just crazy considering the day before it was in the 80s. But now, taking a look at topsoil moistures, believe it or not, as of Sunday, there was 7% of the state still short on topsoil moistures. So there are still areas that might need some, if not all, of this moisture. Now we're going to just have to keep an eye on how the water is going to keep moving. Remember, the Mississippi River is one of those major transportation arteries that farmers depend on, not only to take our grain products down to the Gulf and get it out into the international market. It's also about bringing some of our spring inputs up to the upper Midwest, fertilizer, herbicides, etc. A lot of that can be moved by barge. Dairy markets today in Chicago are continuing to keep pace. Barrel cheese up 1/4 cent at $1.51.5. 40-pound block cheese unchanged at $1.76.5. Double A butter up 1 3/4 pennies, $2.37 a pound. One item I don't get a lot of opportunity to talk about is the red hot cattle market. I'll tell you what, if you're like me and you like to put a steak on the grill every once in a while, start buying in advance, because the beef market, I'm afraid, by the time we get to August or September, could be exceptionally strong, not only for the farmers, Mark, but also at the retail level. Right now, we're not feeling it, but boy, the numbers are sure popping along in the marketplace. That's where cattlemen are paying attention.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yep.
Grilling season's right around the corner. Well, we'll see. We get there and we go back. All right,
that's
Pam.
right.
All right, Pam. Thank you. The benefits of a 4-day work week keep coming in. First, most companies in a large trial found it's a better way to do business than another study found it's good for employees' mental health. And as CBS's Ian Lee reports from London, researchers say it's also good for nature.
Nestled in West England, between rolling hills and a babbling brook, is a workplace revolution. The company Tyler Grange helps other corporations protect the environment, but it can be a dirty business because employees often burn fuel traveling to different job sites.
Our main environmental impact is around CO2 emissions and driving cars.
Managing Director Simon Ursel says shortening the work week from 5 to just 4 days seemed like a better way to nurture nature.
And we noticed there was a 21% reduction in miles traveled. So that's a heck of a lot of reduction in CO2 emissions and emissions from vehicles, rubber emissions from your tires, maintenance.
Last year, the company joined the world's largest 4-day workweek study.
When countries have higher hours of work, they tend to have higher carbon emissions.
Researchers found commuting times in the U.S. dropped 27%. Professor Juliet Shore says the reduced hours are not a cure for climate change, but can be part of the solution.
If large numbers of people move onto 4-day schedules, I think we can expect a pretty significant carbon reduction from that.
Employees also noticed the savings.
It affects the wear and tear on your vehicle, the cost of the fuel to drive in and out of work.
What was good for the environment was also better for business.
Our clients are saving a lot of money, that's for sure, because we tend to do some miles for work and we would charge the client for those miles.
Does that make you guys more competitive then?
Yes. Yes, the 4-day work week has made us much more competitive.
Helping employees, the bottom line, and the environment, he says, is a win-win-win. Ian Lee, CBS News, Gloucestershire, England.
And Tyler Grange says they also saw a 6% rise in productivity after moving to a 4-day work week. I'm all for it. Greg, what do you think?
4 days here too for the weather?
Yeah.
Day off.
Weather can rest for 3 days.
I don't think it will for a while. But this is Severe Weather Preparedness Week, so one idea we want to do about is the safety rules that go with thunderstorms. Once again, severe thunderstorm, by definition, has some things, but don't forget the lightning threat with all these thunderstorms, because that kills like a lot more people than anything else. But really, when you have thunderstorms, it's staying away from windows. Remember the lightning hazard, like I said. Move secure objects, because really you're going to have the gusty winds, and the large hail is the one thing about lightning. And once again, tornadoes can form quickly, even if there isn't a tornado warning out at that point. Severe thunderstorms can and will do that. River-wise, we've talked about that right now. Really, it's the Mississippi and Wisconsin rivers that are the main points. The gauges out there are starting to approach minor or moderate flooding, depending how far north you go. Still, the Wisconsin River near Portage is still at moderate flood stage. These are all the warnings right now. Really, Dubuque has major type flooding expected to occur up to the La Crosse area. It's just moderate flooding until you go up to Winona, which is then major. Still moderate to major flooding at Portage with the Wisconsin River, and a little bit less as you go up towards Castle Rock. What this involves, these could change here in the next few days as more of that snow and water gets into the system here in the basin. We do have a wet weather coming up actually tomorrow and Thursday. We got one round of storms probably coming Wednesday morning, a second round Wednesday night, Thursday a.m., and potentially a third round with a cold front coming through, could be Thursday afternoon. I think Wednesday night is the best opportunity to see thunderstorms and things. Well, oops, go back there. We kind of skipped over the Friday. Much cooler Friday, dry Friday, Saturday. We're going to get cold again, probably 40s, even a potential for some snow showers come Saturday night with the cold air. There's the two systems out to the west that really are going to combine to form a system eventually. That's what we're tracking, those two eventually when they get here. In the meantime, for today, plenty of sunshine. Temperatures only getting up to low 50s. As we go throughout the evening hours, the winds will start turning around because we have a warm front, that first wave coming through of showers and thunderstorms. It won't approach the area till really late, almost like 6 a.m. You'll see that line come through. How far that stays together, how long, it'll lift through the area, and we'll see a lot more reformation of showers and thunderstorms probably tomorrow morning, give or take a few hours here. I think by the afternoon, a lot of this activity may continue, but many areas may actually stay dry in the afternoon hours as temperatures get up into the 50s after this stuff comes through in the afternoon hours. Then we have another round coming later Wednesday night. That one's associated, you can see it beginning to push later after about midnight, another round of showers and potential thunderstorms that comes through. Then we'll have the cold front coming through Thursday, and that depends on timing if we get thunderstorms in the afternoon. Severe threat right now really remains to the south, the biggest threat. We just in our marginal area, which means an isolated storm is possible. But for right now, most of it should stay to the south. As we see overall for the 10-day forecast, once we have the showers and thunderstorms out of the system Thursday, we'll have a chilly Saturday with showers there. Definitely going to be a cold weekend, not getting to 50 until we get to start of the new week, and then we start climbing back up with temperatures. But as you just note there, no 70s in the picture right there, definitely no 80s. And once again, a couple rounds of more showers and thunderstorms, and then a chilly weekend again.
We better get some nice May flowers with all this April rain.
Well, like I said, 4 days of 80 degrees really sapped that moisture out of the ground pretty quickly.
It
so
did.
We'll get it back.
All right. Thank you, Greg. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, Howard has a homemade twist on an American icon in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If you've walked down the snack aisle of any grocery store in the last 85 years, you've probably either put these in your cart or you have incredible willpower. Any idea as to what I'm talking about?
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Stanley Steamer is equipped and ready to get your home cleaner and healthier. We take the dirt out of your home and leave your carpet and upholstery cleaner and smelling fresher. Schedule your seasonal deep cleaning today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
From dust and stains to cracks in the floor, let's face it, your garage is probably one of the dirtiest spaces in your home. That's where Mad City Home Improvement can help. Get the long-lasting layer of protection that brings your concrete floors to life with Renewity Advanced Floor Coatings. Also great for patios, basements, and pool areas. Be sure to ask about our price lock guarantee. And now time is running out to call for these incredible savings during our Spring into Savings event. Receive $750 off a Renewity Advanced Floor Coating System with payments as low as $59 a month, and receive a free wall organizer with floor coating purchase. Last chance to call in to get the $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. Throughout Madison and South Central Wisconsin, call 608-888-8537. That's 608-888-8537.
Community is helping each other, making sure your neighbor is taken care of. At Lake Ridge Bank, community is who we are. We take pride in being a community bank, strengthening relationships and investing in the places we come from. It's why we are who we are. Lake Ridge Bank. Go far, go together.
This month, step inside local schools on high alert. Madison Magazine shares a chilling look at active shooter drills. Learn how they're affecting students and who's working to minimize their trauma. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and you'll get my customized forecast for tonight and tomorrow.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
Now's the time for cleaner indoor air with an air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer. You've known us for carpet cleaning, but we've been cleaning air ducts for over 20 years. We do things the right way, cleaning your entire system. So if you need an air duct cleaning, call 1-800-STEAMER today.
If you've walked down the snack aisle of any grocery store in the last 85 years, you've probably either put these in your shopping cart or you have incredible willpower. Any idea as to what I'm talking about? If you guessed Twinkies, then you're right. As a matter of fact, every year we consume more than 500 million of these cream-filled treats. And because many of you have asked us if we have a recipe for homemade ones, we whipped one up. The first thing we do is combine a box of cake mix with some egg whites, water, a splash of vanilla, and a little lemon zest. Then give it a good mix. Now, rather than baking these in the traditional oval shape, we're going to bake ours in muffin tins. After these bake and cool, we take an apple core or a paring knife and remove the center of each cupcake. Then we fill each one with a homemade frosting. We finish these off with a bit more frosting, and there you have it, a homemade twist on an American icon. Between the light as can be cupcake and the lick your lips clean frosting, you can't miss. To get the recipe for what we call Twinkie cupcakes, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a surprise in every bite kind of way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, here's Greg with one. Get a little sound there. Here's Greg.
There you go.
One final check of the forecast.
Well, we got the tornado drill, the statewide tornado drill happening Thursday at 2 times, just to let you know. What you won't see is the emergency alerts on your phone or the push notification, but everything else you will. So it's definitely a good reminder of what to do with tornadoes. Otherwise, melting more today. If you have the snow still mild, rain returns tomorrow. But unfortunately, the weekend looks chilly with 40 degrees. There's your 10-day. We'll have wet weather. Kind of felt 3 rounds through Thursday, and then we get cooler for the weekend.
And quite a bit of rain, too, right?
Yeah, we could get up to maybe an inch in certain areas.
All right. Thank you, Greg. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have yourselves a great afternoon.